The latest patch brought many changes to the loot drops, and they buffed the level 20 and perfect Javeler's orb drop rate. Also now Breach Splinters drops at the end of the breach. The strategy will use these changes by using other methods to farm currency. What's up guys, Bridget here. The strategy mostly using breaches and map bosses as the main source of income. Breach got changed in the latest patch, and the most important change, now the narrow maps, which is like 80% of the time you will run, spawn correctly monsters inside the breach. Before the changes, the issue was the breach spawn like 10 to 20 monsters at max on narrow maps. Now this got changed and it feels so much better. The other change, the splinters dropping at the end of the breach, making so easy just blast through the breaches. I added bosses as well to the maps because that's providing +1 to the zone level, because we using the bossing tree. Also don't forget bosses is also dropping very huge amount of currency and tier 5 loot, which can be very expensive to sell. I know many of you don't like towers, so I try to use just 2 towers because that's much easier to overlap with each other instead of 3 or maybe 4. For this strategy I want to start first with the Atlas passive tree. I want to tell you guys I include this passive tree in the description as well if you just want to see in your own eyes and just read whatever the nodes doing. Quick rundown on this one. So guys, we focusing on rare monsters just like any other Atlas passive tree, and also very importantly increase effect of explicit modifiers on your waystone. What is the explicit modifiers? All of the modifiers on the map. That is your explicit modifiers, and also item rarity modifier effect here, and also obviously unstable energies. Waystones have 25% more effect of prefix modifier or 25% more effects suffix when opening maps. The upside part of the tree looks like a little bit weird because we taking, so this, the treasure cards is not doing anything, increased amount of magic and rare chest whatever. Here amount of power, 25% chance for double effect of tablets on your maps. Very good node. And once again more explicit modifiers here, more tablet explicit modifiers here, and a little bit more even explicit modifiers. So we're stacking all of the explicit modifiers. Once again, the breach is also pretty damn important for this strategy, especially because one, it's absolutely fun, right? So if you're having fun while you're doing something, then you will have a good time. And the second one, this providing you tons of monsters, and especially with the change, you can just get like 100 and 120 splinter per map. So that's averaging like 1 breachstone per free map. That's very insane. I want to start with the crumbling walls, guys. This, honestly guys, I only see this proc free whole time, and that's it. I think it's maybe bugged. It doesn't matter. So I've never seen 10 breaches, okay? 10 breaches, only 3 breaches and additional breach, and that's it. And the next one is the interdimensional assault. So this will grants you more monsters, and also your breaches opens 30% faster and close faster as well. But with the changes now, they fixed the magic monsters, how they adding time to the breach and so on. So the breaches, sometimes I was able to fully clear, literally just go to the left, clear, and go to the right and clear the whole breach without a big problem. Frantic invasion, more quantity to the breach splinters, because breach splinters is very viable. I mean, a little extra currency, because it's started yesterday from 30 exalted for a breach stone, but now it's going down a little bit, and it will be dropped down even further soon. So if you not doing this strategy right now, you will not make that much money. So keep in mind this one. And also Rising Pyre just increase monster density. That's literally like monster pack size. So we using the fit for a king, I increase item rarity. We using spoils of war, increase quantity of items. Radiant Waystones, you will getting 2 Waystone every single time when you kill map boss, helping you sustain and get more maps. You will see in the drop section how much map we get after 50 map. And we using here the old pirates trick. Areas with map bosses contains an additional strongbox. Strongboxes get buffed as well, so why would we not use that? And it's so easy, especially with the quality of life change. You just clicking on the Orb of Alchemy, and you just clicking on the box and doing your thing and then getting loot. And once again, organized forces, non-irritated areas with map bosses have +1 level. Very, very good, especially because sometimes you will getting unlucky with your map bosses and your irradiation tablet not overlapping each other. So this will provide +1, and +1 level means better loot and also higher chance to get level 20 gems. Let's talk about how we rolling the maps and what map modifiers we aiming for. The easiest way to roll your maps, you starting with a normal Waystone tier 15 obviously, and using an Omen of Sinistra Alchemy. Orb of Alchemy will reserve the maximum number of prefix modifiers, because the prefixes is the big juice for this strategy. As you can see here on this map, it has quantity and item rarity as the prefix. So when you were using the Omen of Sinistra, using an Orb of Alchemy, you were getting hopefully a good map. This is not good, sadly, so I would not run this one. This is just a bricked map, just like the other I don't even know how many maps here. you can see here this most of them is kind of rigged. And now the modifier, what we aiming. The two main role that I care, and if this two role is presented, either one of them presented on the map, I will just run them. First, item quantity, the second, item rarity. Any of this modifier is presenting, I will just run the map and instilling and so on. That is like that. You can instill it. So I will use the distilled greed, and this will grants you increased item rarity, even more item rarity. Honestly, I think it's much better than the rares, because one, this one is absolutely cheap. That's very important, right? So because this is how I advertised this strategy. So it's very cheap and very good on overall, I think, because item rarity means better currency drop, better item drops, and higher tier loot is dropping, just like tier 5, right? Because tier 5 loot, what is tier 5 loot? Tier 5 loot is plus, the highest tier that can present on the item. For example, I dropped this wand with +5 to all chaos spell skills, and you can see here this is a very good wand. And by the way, I dropped multiple of these items, just like this one you can see here. And honestly, I put this one up for 1 divine by mistake, and I immediately got spammed, and this is why it's 2 divine now. So this is what we aiming. This is why the item rarity, I think, is better overall. And now let's talk about the tablets. Once again, guys, so for me, so you can change this one if you want. Okay, so for example, you can swap out the irradiation or the map bosses, but this is how I was doing it. So I just showing what I was done and how I was using breach tablet. And the most important stat any of the tablets is the increased item quantity. As you can see here, 6 here, 4 here, and 4 here. But I would not run the 4th, so I just picked this one from my stash. Much better if you have at least 5% on your tablets, because you will put 3 to the tower, so that's 15, and you have another one that's another 50, so 30, and also you getting stat boosted from the 3. There is a chance you will getting more item quantity and so on. So there was a few maps that I had somehow like 100 item quantity or even more. And also, once again, guys, I was using map bosses tablets as well, because once again I was enjoying them. Irradiated tablet for +1, because not many times overlapping with the bosses. So it's when you're not hitting bosses on the maps, then you will not have +1. So if you don't have +1, you will lowering down your chances for the level 20 gems. You would ask, and what other mods? I would say whatever, guys, because the 5% quantity is just 10 exalted. It doesn't matter which tablet you choose. It's 10 exalted no matter what. If you trying to do something fancy like additional rarity from bosses or like very specific modifiers, the price tag will skyrocket very easily till like 1 divine or even more. So, but I think that is just overpriced at this point. But once again, whatever you hitting or on the tablet. So the quantity is the only important, and that is nothing else, guys. And now I want to show you guys my tower setup. So guys, once again, I was trying to aim with like you know, two tower overlapping with each other most of the time, because I know it's very hard to just, you know, hit the holy grail like this. This is a very good spawn, right? You can see here, if you're using multiple tablets, 42% extra item quantity. That map is very good once again here. But this map, by the way, just only 2 towers. So there was a few map that I was doing with triple, but I would say majority was like this just 2 tower overlapping with each other. After selling all of my bubblegum currency and you know, little drops as well, I profited totally 24 divine, you can see here, and I know I promised 25, right? So guys, I just realized this Vision of Paradise unique tablet is very expensive. Turns out it's free divine. You can see here, free whole divine extra. And also if we including especially, you know, the one that I was showcasing. And by the way, I dropped a body armor as well that sold for like 4 divine. And also surprisingly, I dropped an upgrade for my build as well. So that was this body armor alone around like 20 divine. So obviously I'm not including all of this stuff and the rare drops and the helmet drop here and so many, the helmet here as well. There is so many things that is dropping that can be sold very huge amount of divines. And honestly, if I would include that money inside here, that would be easily over 30 or even more divines. And yeah, so you can see here, guys, once again 24 divine here, guys. And by the way, this whole tab is separate from my currency tab, as you can see here. So and by the way, even the tab affinity was off on the whole farming session, so I was just dumping here everything. So this is how I got that much divine. As you can see here, guys, once again 24 plus 3 divine, so 26 divine profit alone, you know, from the stuff. And also I did not try to sell these ones because maybe I will use another characters, and you know, I just don't want to bother with this one because this could be not that much. And also if I really want to, I can sell these ones as well for a little extra currency and you know, all of this stuff. But honestly, this will just rot in standard. So guys, once again, 24 divine, a little, all no, it's more than 25 divine profit from this strategy. And honestly, if you including the whole runtime, so it took me like 5 to 6 hours to run all of these maps without setuping, right? So I had the whole setup ready to go before the patch dropped. So when the patch dropped, I was just immediately jumping in and just, you know, running all of the maps. And by the way, once again, guys, I want to talk about one thing. I had 121% item rarity for this test. So as you can see here, I have a very huge amount of rarity, and also I'm using gold charms as well here. You can see here, guys. So every time when I was killing a rare monster, I was getting 50% more as well. So that was like 136 item rarity. So keep in mind this one. And how much divine I dropped? I dropped 3 whole divine. I'm not kidding, guys. I think that is very unlucky with that much item rarity quantity. So I considered myself unlucky. So I dropped 3 whole divine, while any other divine drops was coming from the divine orbs was coming from selling to the market. you know. So yeah, once again guys, I think this strategy is very, very profitable and easy to do, and honestly very, very fun when you just completing, you know, the breach and dropping like 100 or even more breach splinter just like that. It's very, very fun to me and satisfying. So I'm glad we got that one, and I can't wait to play next league as well with that changes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any question or any idea how we can improve even further this farming strategy, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Peugeot2. Thanks for watching guys, I was Peugeot, see you next time.